about half. For those of you who haven't had the chance to see my favorite movie, long story short, Coco is the story of a Mexican boy named Miguel who winds up in the land of the dead on Dia de los Muertos. Being Mexican myself, I was intrigued to find out more information on Dia de los Muertos and wanting to dig deeper into my culture. Dia de los Muertos starts tomorrow, October 31st, and goes through November 2nd. I couldn't think of a more relevant topic since it is literally very, very soon. Dia de los Muertos is a holiday where the living choose to celebrate and honor the lives of their loved ones. I'm going to inform you all on how it began, what the holiday is, and how it's celebrated. Dia de los Muertos is Dia de los Muertos literal translation means Day of the Dead. Dia de los Muertos originally was a Mesoamerican native tradition, aka the Aztecs originally started it before the Spanish conquered them. The Aztecs, before being conquered, celebrated Dia de los Muertos. Suzanne Barbazet of Trip Savvy writes, the Aztecs had a month-long celebration in which their ancestors were honored and offerings were left to them. The offerings were left for Mictlantecutli and his wife Mictlantecuhtli, I butchered that really bad, who were the queen and king of the land of the dead. The natives left them offerings specifically so they could take care of their loved ones in the land of the dead. Ricardo J. Salvador speaks on how once the Aztecs were colonized, there was a push by Spanish priests so that it coincided with the Christian holiday of All Hallows Eve, which we know it as today as Halloween. The Spanish ended up changing the day of the Aztec celebration of Dia de los Muertos. So they originally would do it end of July, early August, but once the conquistadors came and pushed them into Catholicism, they lined it up with October 31st. Though Hallows Eve is a recognized Catholic holiday, it isn't as celebrated and eventful as Dia de los Muertos, with the difference being that Hallows Eve is done by prayer for those deceased, and only a smart part of the day is dedicated to them in the church. Dia de los Muertos is an ongoing celebration of life that takes around 3 days. Originally is a tradition of it. Dia de los Muertos is celebrated today with marigolds, altars, and offerings. All these things help bring back the spirit back home to their loved ones. Marigolds are an essential part in the ritual that is known today as Dia de los Muertos. The scent and color are used to bring the spirit home. The spirit follows the path of the marigolds as they are laid out and brings them to the altar their family has created. So usually families will lay out their marigolds like that, and it's said to kind of lead them back to where they originated or where their roots are. Altars are usually set up in the living room or front porch of the family with pictures of all the deceased members of the family, usually adorned with decorative paper spools and flowers. This is also known as an ofrenda. One of the biggest parts of Dia de los Muertos is the food made for the spirits. Typically, the head of the house, the mom, she'll spend days cooking the deceased spirit's favorite meal. So if you loved macaroni and cheese, the mom will spend multiple days cooking macaroni and cheese. If you love pot roast, all your favorite foods so that the spirit can enjoy their favorite meal one more time. A very traditional Dia de los Muertos dish to make is mole, which is a spicy and sweet savory chili sauce, and it's usually covered over chicken. And then pozole, which is a very chili-based stew. Aside from favorite food dishes, families also leave out salt and water, which Mayhert says they are set to quench the thirst of the souls tired from their long trip. A favorite on altars is to also have tequila or cigarettes, things that were once enjoyed while the spirit was living. Once the families have created a path of the marigolds and cooked the favorite dishes of the spirit, they can begin the celebration of being back with their loved ones. Dia de los Muertos begins on October 31st and ends on November 2nd. November 1st is traditionally used as a day to honor the young children who have gone into the land of the dead too soon. Their altars are usually covered with their favorite toys or blankets and bottles, things that their parents remember them as, and for the little kids to come back and use them. November 2nd is the day to honor the adult spirits. Families will usually, that's when families will usually leave out the tequila and cigarettes and things for the older crowd of spirits so that they can enjoy it. And it's typically known as the day of the old and the day of the young. Villages will oftentimes celebrate together by having get-togethers in the day. Children celebrate at school with face paintings or art projects. Later on in the day, the families, depending on where their altar is set up, they will unify and go and celebrate together and honor the deceased with their favorite foods and their favorite activities. Everything is being done to honor those who aren't with them anymore. Dia de los Muertos is not a sad occasion. It's a celebration of life. So I hope that you guys all honor your deceased ones and learn a little bit more about my culture and about an ongoing celebration.